What's up, everybody? The place, my house, the other place, my channel, Talking Ball. You're here, and it's great to have you. If you're watching this live, what are you doing? Isn't there better stuff to do on a Thursday night? I'm just playing. Thanks for being here. And if you're watching this recorded, screw you. Just kidding. Thanks for being here to you as well. This is welcome to the nightly edition of the daily show. First time that I'm ever doing this nightly edition, just kind of trying it out, seeing how things go. But I thought with a week so important, so exciting to so many Spurs fans leading up to one of the biggest matches of our season, I thought, what the heck? I'll just throw in a second show, see if it works. So, hopefully we get some views. If not, no worries. We'll just scrap it. We don't need to do this. But I have a feeling that there's going to be some people tuning in. Maybe some of our Aussie friends. You know, they're the ones that are kind of in the perfect time zone, I think, for this. But enough yammering. Welcome everybody who's here. Just first of all, just want to say, hey, hope you're doing well. It's getting close to the end of another week. We're doing it, y'all. And you know, at the end of the week comes Tottenham Hotspur. The reason why many of us do what we do throughout the week, to make it to the weekend to watch the team we love and support and love to support. Anyway, this weekend, Tottenham versus Arsenal at the Emirates. It's a game we don't typically win. Does that mean we have no chance? Absolutely not, especially with Ange Postecoglou and the flying football that he has us playing this season so far. Getting really excited myself. And I was thinking today, and I was like, what specifically, what this year has me more excited than previous years. But, in addition to the football, it's the fact that the players seem to have really taken hold of the positions this season. They've grabbed them, they've made them theirs. And I think that with that brings the possibility of some really good matchups in the match. Some individual matchups. I'll just throw out one that I'm excited for. And I'll see, if you guys agree with me. But I think that Udogi versus Saka is going to be one heck of a scrap. Let's put it that way. I think Saka is going to be shocked. I don't know, maybe not shocked. He probably knows it's coming. He's not going to like the physicality of Udogi at all. And the fact that I would say they're very similar speed-wise, but Udogi is clearly like the stronger player. It's going to be a really great matchup. I'm excited to see it. Very excited to see it. There's some other ones. We'll get to some other ones. There's definitely some other ones that I'm excited for. Real quick, Leo from Mile High Hotspur was here. Don't know if you're still here, Leo. Says, big up, homie. Big up, Leo. Everyone, if you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed to Mile High Hotspur, first of all, just do it. Just do it. It's a really good channel. Leo's a really good guy, puts together some great content. I think he's got a partner on the channel, and they're slipping my mind at the moment. But regardless, everyone head on over to Leo, Mile High Hotspur, and check him out. So just to kind of keep the blood flowing, to make sure that, this later night show, it's a little more chilled. It's a little more laid back, but just to give everyone some adrenaline, to get everybody's blood pumping, we're just going to go ahead and do this. right now at this random time of day for one of my shows, we have a grand total of 0 people watching, but that is okay because I think there'll be some people on the watch back, the playback that will play with us. Us being me and you, of course. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's get this game started. I've got a couple of really good ones today. So if you missed out on this morning's, don't despair because I think the ones now are actually even better than the ones this morning. So you're in for a treat. Keeper West Ham, you know the rules. One player gets to stay, one player goes to West Ham. They're both in their primes too, which makes it an even harder choice. But let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be option number 1. Van der Vaart versus Christian Eriksen. Rafa van der Vaart versus Christian Eriksen. 1 to keep, 1 to send to West Ham. It's a really tough one. I think that, as usual, I've put together a wonderful choice here to really kind of rack the brains and hearts of all so-called Spurs fans here because, I mean, they both played pretty similar positions on the pitch, did similar things. We're both great at finding the back of the net by themselves, but also great at finding that final pass. I mean, Eriksen a little more, but I think VDV, had the better shooting prowess maybe of the two. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. There was a time when Eriksen was just winning us points. There were a lot of memes made, the late show with Christian Eriksen, because we'd be late into a match looking like, we're going to throw away 3 more points, and then, throw away 2 more points at least. And then all of a sudden Eriksen out of nowhere just comes in and smashes one into the bottom corner, low and into the bottom corner. That was his favorite shot. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough. And then also, I mean, Van der Vaart, deadline day signing, Real Madrid, huge name, came to Tottenham. And so it's a tough choice. It's a tough choice for many, many reasons. We've got Julie Sievers in the chat. What is up, Julie? She says, Eriksen, keep Eriksen or send Eriksen. Are you excitedly sending him to West Ham? Not entirely clear there. But no, it's really tough. And I could, depending on the day and when you asked me and what had been happening, I could really go either way. Van der Vaart was one of our first big, we got him from Madrid while he was not on the decline. Yeah, I mean, he maybe was on the decline with his form, but not like his age. We got a superstar. I consider him a superstar that wasn't aging, and it was awesome. So keep Christian, says Julie. Yeah, that's what I would say as well. But in this team, no, I'm changing my mind. I'm changing my mind 100% because in this team, we have Matters. We don't need Eriksen in this team. We need Van der Vaart more. So keep Van der Vaart. Send Eriksen away. That one was really tough. That one was really, really tough. But I'm gonna definitely keep Van der Vaart, send away Eriksen, especially with Matters on the team right now. We just have that player that Christian is covered. So that one done in the books. Eriksen, I'm sorry, bub. You're going to West Ham. You're talking prime Eriksen. Okay, well, I mean, that does sort of change things, but I mean, that is the game. Keeper West Ham and just players in their prime. Mile High Hotspur, my bud Leo, what is up, boy? He says keep Van der Vaart. I agree. Like I said, especially now with Madison in the team. Real quick, a shout out to my boy Jacob and United Spurs of America, Hydration Nation. I have one for you, buddy. Yeah, so I'll throw that graphic back up there. We might have 1 or 2 people that have tuned in that weren't here. It was Van der Vaart versus Christian Eriksen. And yeah, it's split. It's split as they usually are. I say though, keep Van der Vaart. So the next one, this is a player that I like to feature quite often. I think he's good in matchups against lots of players. Here we go. Get ready. Dele versus Musa Dembele. Got like a Dele versus Dembele thing going, and yeah. Let me see where I put the old. Oh well, I might have forgot to create a banner for this, but I'll create one. I got time. So we got our Del Boy over here, or the strongest ballerina in the world, Musa Dembele. It's tough. I think I say that every time. It's tough, but it is. It really is, and I make a point to make them tough. There's just so many good things to say about each player. I mean, let's see what the comments have to say real quick. We got, of course, I put the names up as if you don't know these men. Dele versus Dembele. Dembele all day long, says Julie. Julie, that is a very, very good choice. You can't go wrong with either of these two. I'd like to hear why. You got to defend your choice a bit. Dembele, no doubt, says Leo, Mile High Hotspur. Okay, wow, this is not as close as I was expecting. I think people are kind of forgetting about that season where Dele just couldn't stop scoring and assisting. I know there was a season where he had over 20 goals, and getting over 20 goals as a midfielder is absolutely insane. I don't know. Prime Dele was a player that Madrid wanted. I'm sure Barca wanted him. Everybody wanted a piece of that action. But then you've got Dembele, who was the glue, the spine that held any team together. I feel like he could play in a midfield 1 against a midfield 3, and he'd still come out with the ball. He was just that hard to dispossess, to push off the ball. Fun to watch. He could dribble as good as anybody. As good as Lionel Messi. And I'm sticking with that statement. You ask any player who's played with him, really who the best player they've played with is, they'll all say Musa Dembele. Another toughie. Dele was an amazing player, but Dembele is the GOAT. The GOAT, baby. Yeah. Dembele was something special. They both offered something, I feel like, to a team too that was really important. Dele kind of with that X factor, being able to pop up in the half spaces and find spots between the lines, and then Dembele for being able to just crush those lines and yeah. Got into my head, let's say, keeping Dembele. Sorry, Dele, go to West Ham and have an amazing career there. With the team we're putting together, West Ham is going to be unstoppable. Dele was fun, cheeky fun. Yeah, he was. He sure was. And I hope that he goes on to be cheeky fun again now that he seems to kind of have his zest for life back. Hopefully he, gets to show that fun on the pitch that he used to show us. Even if it's not for, whoever it's for, I'll watch and be a fan and, love you, Dele, forever. So, yeah, that one was not very split. It seems like everybody chose Dembele there. So, all right, keeper West Ham. We're almost through. This next one doesn't really work for us, you guys. I'm really sorry. I was hoping that some of the old heads would be in here. So I might have to throw in one from a different day where I don't think you guys saw. It's Gaza. It's Gaza versus Hoddle, but I was hoping to be educated. See, the whole plan I had was we'd have some old heads in here. They'd educate me on Gaza and Hoddle and the differences, subtle differences between them as players. I know they were both maybe the most technical players that England has ever produced. I know that Gaza was very could do things with the ball. He didn't do things a very conventional way. He was a very special player, but I need, like I said, somebody to kind of explain this one to me. But keeper West Ham, baby, you've got to pick one player to keep and one to send away. I see we've got 6 people watching now. Pretty crazy considering it was 0 not very long ago. So to you 6 people, I say hello. Welcome to Talking Ball while we are playing Keeper West Ham, the game show in which we keep one player, send one player, you guessed it, to West Ham. So I'd like to know if you know more than me about old classic Spurs. Let me know who you'd keep, who you'd send to West Ham. If nobody says anything here in just a minute, I do have one that I liked from the other day that I know for a fact hasn't been seen by everybody that's here. Mile High Hotspur Leo says, "Have a good night, my homie. Enjoy the stream. Like and sub." Leo, thank you, sir. Hope you have a good night, my homie. Thanks for stopping by. Julie, no real idea. Both revered, but the fandom really speaks so highly of Gaza, so keep him. Yeah, sure. And he just did goofy stuff. He's kind of a prankster. I got a little bit of love for a prankster. So another one. I'll just throw another one in here though. Let me get rid of this and that. Let's throw this one in just because I feel like more people will have seen. Eric Lamela versus Richarlison. They both play on the wing sometimes. They're both mean. They're both cheeky. They're both pretty good. It's a tough choice. Not for me, but for a lot of people, I bet this choice would be tough. You're ignoring price tags, of course. You're ignoring, when their prime was. They're in their prime right now. Who are you picking? It's easy. That one's really easy. We did it the other day. It's Lamela. Lamela scored the Rabona against Arsenal in the North London derby. Lamela got the red card in the North London derby. Lamela stepped on Cesc Fabregas's hand on accident. It's Lamela all day, every day. I adore Coco. Phil Ritchie might benefit the club more in the long run. That is fighting words. No, it's okay. On Talking Ball, everyone is allowed their opinion, even if the opinion is incorrect. All right. Well, that kind of wraps it up for this edition of Keeper West Ham. Thank you for joining in. If you're watching this on playback, put in the comments who you chose. Let's make this a fun little thing. And thank you to the 3 viewers I have for watching the nightly edition of the 30-minute show. It's very glad to have you here. Trying to backtrack now. I know Lamela was the best shit house ever. It is the best shit house ever. I know. God, we could use him for the match this weekend. That's for sure. Go back kind of to some matchups I'm excited to see for the match this weekend. I've already said I'm excited to see Saka have to come up against Udogie. I think that's going to be great. I think Udogie's going to knock him flat on his butt. I'm also excited to see Sonny just terrorizing them. But Ben Scheidt in particular, I think that I think Ben Scheidt is going to get torn to shreds by Sonny. Calling it now, Sonny gets at least one. Let's say Sonny gets 2 goals, and the other goal comes from Richarlison late. I've been saying we're going to win 3-1. So Sonny's getting 2 goals. I just think the defense is not going to be able to cope. They don't have the pace to deal with him. We've just got to make sure we're utilizing him correctly and maybe even playing him and Richarlison together. What do you think about that? That could be a way to get them both on the pitch. Maybe use Richarlison to occupy their central defenders who tend to be a bit more physical, and then let Sonny have the left wing. I don't know. He's done way better. He's done way better in the center. So me trying to put him out left is probably not the most intelligent thing. But speaking of intelligent things, being here is a very intelligent thing to do. What is up, Clinical, the Jamaican citizen? What is up, dude? If you don't know Clinical, he is a City fan, if you can't tell from his name there. And he's a real good dude, A1 guy, top notch, good people. It says Madison versus Rice. I need to see that. Yeah, no, that is going to be sick. It's almost like they're both like trying out for a spot on that England team. I think Madison's going to show, man, that he was the buy of the summer. I think he's going to show it. What did they end up paying for Rice? Do you know? I think it was a lot, like 100, right? Or was it only like 60? Regardless, it was more than we paid for Madison. So, haha. You're the first Spurs fan I've heard predict a win for the weekend so far. Respect. Wow. Well, there are a lot of pessimistic Spurs fans. I will say that. But yeah, no, I firmly expect to win. I think the players do. I think that I think that Postecoglou is going to have these players believing in themselves, and I think that's a big thing. They're all going to need to be fired up. We've already seen in some interviews that Sonny's fired up. He's talked about how Arsenal aren't going to want to face us in this form. I agree. This is not the time when they would want to come up against us. I know it's at their house. So what does that even mean? We're playing at the library. I think it'd be. I don't know. I'd prefer we were playing at our home, of course, but I think that I don't know how much the Emirates is an advantage, to them. So I'm really excited. I think that Saka is going to be nullified. Star Boy is going to look like turd boy. Our Sar boy is going to have a great match. I'm feeling that. I think he's going to do bits in the midfield with his ability to just kind of he's a little more agile and maneuvers around a bit better than some of the options that Arsenal are going to have. I pulled up. Yeah, I got to go in with confidence, of course, 100%. And the players will know that. Ange has drilled that into them. These players are now playing for him. He does not go into any match expecting to lose or have less of the ball than the opponent. It's never been a more exciting time that I can remember to be a Spurs fan. I've had this much maybe belief in other teams, but Ange just has me ready to run through a brick wall. And I'm thinking, if he's got me feeling like that, how does he have these players feeling? Anyway, I'm looking at the Arsenal squad and just who they've got and who we're likely to see. David Raya, of course, will probably be, keeper. I'm assuming that we'll see Saliba and White in the middle. After that, I honestly don't know enough about them. I guess I could look up their last match. Oh, but that was against PSV. Lineup. Okay, here we go. We got this is still versus PSV, but anyway, they had Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Rice, Odegaard, Havertz, Saka, Jesus, Trossard. Out of these players, and then as subs, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Jorginho. There's a new Vieira. That's kind of neat. Smith Rowe, Nketiah, Elneny. I mean, I'm not very scared of any of these players. Odegaard, obviously, quality player. Saka, quality player. Trossard, quality player. Havertz, on this day, quality player. I don't know. I mean, unless they target, unless they're targeting Porro, I think he might be the weak link of this match. If we play Porro instead of Emerson, which I'm not sure we will, as you saw in the thumbnail, there might be a bit of Emerson in this match. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling about it. I know Ange is not a defensive manager, but I just think that with Pedro Porro's lack of defending ability, I think he'll be a liability on that right side, and I think that could be exploited by this Arsenal squad. So, yeah, it's tough. Gabriel, the player that scares me the most out of all their players, I think, is Trossard. I think right now he's just in such good form. Anybody from Arsenal scaring you guys? You out there all in TV land? Is there anybody on this Arsenal squad that you think Spurs need to be looking out for? Anybody that you think are going to cause Spurs trouble? Like I said, Trossard. Oh, shit, this is Spurs. Honestly, any of these guys could cause us trouble. Anybody that I named, Jesus could cause us trouble. We could. Zinchenko's tiny little ass could run up the pitch all fast like and score a goal on, where it's Spurs. Anything could happen. But with the way I'm feeling and the way that these players, especially the defenders, are playing for each other and just like chest bumping and oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. They're celebrating, a block, a tackle, the same way that you would celebrate a goal. And it's fucking phenomenal to see. It's been so long since I've seen these players play for each other like that. So that is always exciting and reason enough. Clinical was saying, I'm the first Spurs fan that he's seen predict a win for the team. I think if a lot of them thought a little harder about it with their heads, not so much with their hearts. They've been let down a lot of times in this particular fixture, but think with your heads, guys. Julie says we just need to play our system 100%, 150%. We just go out there, we play our ball, we play for each other. You'd be surprised what happens. It got 2 minutes left, so I will get some real lame shit out of the way. I wanted to throw in, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. It has been 30 minutes of just a roller coaster ride of ups and downs and news and games, and thank you. And that's going to be a thing every night. So you got to be a part of one of the early ones. You can say, hey, I was doing this from the beginning. So thank you. While you're here, I just wanted to throw in the fact that I can't get super chats at the moment. I can't do YouTube memberships, but what I can do memberships on Patreon. There's the Patreon membership link right there. If you go to that site, patreon.com/talkandball, you will see the 3 awesome membership options. They come with some cool stuff. So please just take a look on over at those. The cheapest one's $3 a month, and you still get stuff. Then you also get shouted out at the beginning of the show. Patreon members are, it could be you. So think about that. It would be great to have you sponsoring my show. Like I said, getting me a light maybe so I can. I don't know. It's not too bad. I got some color today, but I make a light. Who knows what could happen? Some lights for back here could be crazy. So just think about sponsoring me on the show, patreon.com/talkandball. And if you don't just want to spend money for nothing, which I get, you don't feel like you're getting anything, except you do still get things with. Anyway, check out my Printify store, talkandball.com/.me/products. I don't know. Print this link just there. I've got stuff there. And you know what? I'll actually even bring that up and show you guys. Just go there yourselves, guys. Having computer issues. So guys, talkandball.printify.me/products. There are 2 sick items there right now. There is the classic tee, the summer tee. Not going to be around much longer, guys. It is almost not summer anymore. And then we have kind of a retro Peace and Time shirt, we have the Stevie B Talking Ball crew neck. So yeah, take a look at those. See if one of those strikes your fancy. And if they do, pick it up. Get one for a friend. They'll think it's dope, even if they don't know what my channel is. And with that, I've been going just over 30 minutes, guys. You know what that means. It's time to pack on up. Get out of town, hop on our horse, and head on out to the next town. Everybody, if you're here, thanks. And come on, you Spurs, right?